Hello family and friends and fellow YouTubers, it's Kim here from Kim's Country Corner, and today I'm out in the potting shed. Today is day 2 of my attempt to do Vlog-tember, and that's a video every day in September, and today is September the 2nd, so this is Vlog 2. It's raining today, as I showed you and as you can hear. And I needed somewhere to do my vlog. John is in the house recuperating from his shoulder surgery. And I don't want to be in there disrupting him. He has to sit and sleep in a recliner. That's what they recommended because they're afraid if he lays in bed, he'll have the tendency to want to roll onto that shoulder. And they want to keep it as immobilized as possible, even with the brace. So they asked him to sit and sleep in recliners for the next couple of weeks, at least. So he is in the house in the recliner, and I just really have nowhere in there that I can do a video that wouldn't be disrupting him. He's on pretty heavy painkillers yet today, and you know, he needs his sleep, he needs his rest. So I thought, okay, well, where can I do this video for Vlog-tember? It's raining outside. I can't really work too much outside. It's kind of an on and off rain, but it's been more on than off. So I thought, well, I'll just go out to the potting shed. I'll go out to the potting shed and I'll do a vlog. I'll share my computers and a couple of birthday presents that I've already gotten. I'm not going to tell you when my birthday is, but it's sometime this month, and I've already gotten a couple of presents. The first one being the computer to myself, and then I got a couple of t-shirts I wanted to show you. But I came out here to do that, and I went, there is no way I am taking my computers into that filthy potting shed. You know, it's gotten dusty all spring, all summer. You know, we've been in and out working because this is where we store our tools. This is where I do my potting. Hear the train? I love the sound of the train. Anyway, I thought I cannot bring my good computers out here into this filthy shed. Even as much as I love my she shed, I love my potting shed. Let's wait for that train to go by. Or at least for the horn to get done. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to clean it up. And then that way I'll have a place to do my videos for days like this. And then I thought, well, why not make cleaning out the potting shed your vlog? You're wanting to show people kind of what you do on a daily basis out here on the homestead and up in town, you know, as part of your life. You're doing this day in the life of a month, so why not show them that today you're going to spend the day cleaning out the potting shed. So anyway, I thought I'd bring you along, and the first thing I had to do is clean out the chair, because even though I don't sit in it unless I have on old work clothes, it had gotten pretty bad. And this is kind of Squirm's chair. This to Squirm is Squirm's house. Okay, this is where she lives. This is where she sleeps. This is where she eats. So this is kind of Squirm's house. So I had to kind of clean up Squirm's chair so that I could borrow it. And so that was the first thing I did, and I'll show you a clip of that real quick. Okay, so now we need to continue on and get the rest of this potting shed cleaned up. And I'm not sure exactly how much I'll show you because there's a lot to do. If it wasn't raining, seriously, if it was not raining, I would be moving a lot of this stuff outside, especially the stuff down the floor. I would be moving it outside so that I could sweep and do a really good job. But with the rain, I'm just going to have to try to work around in here. So, let's get started. Alright, so the first thing you're going to notice is that my she shed, even though I love it, it's kind of small. So I'm going to have to move you guys around, and you're probably not going to want to see all that movement. So there'll be a few starts and stops in this video while I position you to get the best view of me cleaning. Okay, so I'm going to turn you off so I can get you moved. And there's Paulo waiting patiently at the door, and he wants to come in so bad. I know you want to come in, but you know that the she shed is off limits. You know that this is Squirm's house. And we don't come in unless we're invited. And it's just too small. I know. He's like, okay, I'm taking that as an invite. Oh, he says, maybe not. Yeah, I know. Okay, one real quick pat. There we go. All right, now out. Out. Good boy. You have your house. I know if you don't want to sit in the rain, then go crawl inside your house. But I have work to do in here, and this isn't hardly big enough for me and Squirm. Did you hear something? All right, let's get started, people. Okay, friends, so I'm going to have to kind of stoop down here so you can see me. But the first project is to get this table cleaned off, and I've already started that by taking the tubs out and washing them out. And I needed to finish it, but then it started raining. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe the table off, and we'll just see what happens. Get my scarecrow cleaned up back here. It's almost time for him to come out. One of the first things I did before I turned you guys on was to get rid of all the paper wasp. That is one thing about these outdoor sheds, is that we have a tendency to have paper wasps build nest. And I didn't want to get stung today, so I did come out and spray them. I don't spray them unless they're going to be a bother to me. And I knew I was going to be working in here all day, and so I did spray my paper wasp. They're called paper wasps because they build these little nests that are paper thin. I mean, and they feel kind of like paper. So yeah, they're like a soft, papery material. All right, let's get rid of that. Put those out there. All right. And I know y'all might be thinking, why is she cleaning up that potting shed? It's just going to get messy again. And that's true, but you know, you could say that about everything. So I just always feel much better if I give my potting shed a real good cleaning in the fall. I know a lot of people are thinking spring cleaning. That's why it's called spring cleaning. But I'm too busy in the spring. So I like to pick a day like today when it's kind of rainy and you can't get much else done, and clean out the potting shed so that next year it's all nice and clean and ready to go. My tools at the end of the season, I like to give them a good soaking in a pan of water, hot soapy water with a little bit of bleach to get them ready for the following year. So those of you who have been watching my videos might remember I used to have a white table in here. It was actually like a white folding table, and it was really nice. And I have bought it specifically for in here. But every time my daughter would get ready to throw like a birthday party or have a picnic, she'd be calling, Mom, can we borrow the white table? We need more table space. And I'd be like, yeah, sure, you know. And so we'd come in and, you know, we'd take it down, you know, clean it off, take it down, take it over to them. Or if John and I, you know, we were hosting something, we'd dig out the nice white table, clean it up. Well, I got kind of tired of, you know, doing that all the time. So I thought, I'm just going to give this table to my daughter, because anymore nowadays, they're the ones that are throwing the birthday parties and the weenie roast and, you know, having the parties. And I'll just find me something else for in here. So I found this old table. It doesn't fold. It's got the rubbers coming off of it. One of the legs had to be fixed. It's from an old church garage sale. And, you know, it's got scratches in it and everything, but it serves the purpose. And no one has asked to borrow this one. This one's too ugly to borrow. And it's too heavy to be taking down. The other one was pretty light. So, you know, you don't need a fancy table to store tools to do plant transfers or potting projects. So, yeah. That's why the table is now brown. But it serves the purpose. So. But I'd still like to have it cleaned off, you know. Alright. And I start cleaning it off first, even though I usually end up moving everything over here. Because, I don't know, I just like to have a clean space to work with. Alright, so now what I will probably do is take the stuff off the shelves and put them onto the table so that I can wipe off the shelves. Let me get new water and we'll turn you guys around and we'll start again. Okay, friends, so I went in the house to get a new tub of water, and while I was in there I decided to grab my gardening apron. I have this blue apron I use just for in here, and I had taken it in to wash it, so I grabbed it. Now I'm back out here, and I turned you guys on, and I was like, why am I not seeing anything? Well, this light up here, or the window up here, was causing too much backlight. So I thought, okay, well, I gotta fix that issue. Can't see anything with the backlight. So my sister had given me this grow lamp one year for Christmas. I have it stored out here. So I thought, well, I'll just hang a towel over that and stick that in front of the window, and then that way you all can see what I'm doing. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to clean off this top shelf. All right, my hummingbird feeders, put them away. To my sign. There it is. All right, welcome. I pulled my hair back because I didn't want to get in my face, and it's already falling out of the ponytail. And this isn't going to be a perfect clean today because I have to work with the space I have. So we'll just do the best we can. Clean off the second shelf too. That way nothing underneath is going to get wet. Okay. Use these baskets for my fall decorating, so they'll need to come out soon anyway. That needs to go back. we're on the roll here, we might as well go ahead and do the next shelf down. Show you guys what I'm doing here. Catch-all bucket. I have to put it down on the floor too. Alright, so I have top 3 shelves cleaned off. Let's see if I can get down here to this bottom shelf. Fences. I'm going to put that in the chicken house. I'm going to put these over in the chicken house just because there's more room for them over there. I have space over there. I have a space here. They're kind of worn and battered, but they serve the purpose. Anytime I put out a new plant, I always put one of these in front of them, hoping since they're white, John will see them and not run over my plants. And they've saved a lot of plants from getting mowed down, so they've done the trick. But they're in the way, so I'm gonna go put these in the chicken house, and then I'll be right back. Okay, guys. Alright, I'm going to get things swept back here. I'm going to have to move the chair to do this. Let me just show you guys how I'm having to move around in here. So there's all the stuff from off the shelves. Okay. But if you look down there at the floor, you'll see it's just a mess. So normally I would take everything out. I would make it a weekend chore. Take everything out, sweep, put everything back. But I don't have time for that this year. This is the day I'm doing it, and I have to work with the conditions I have. So I'm just going to sweep. But I need to get that chair out of the way. Can you guys still see? Nope. Okay, I'm going to have to move you. Okay, friends, so I kept losing battery power. You all kept shutting off on me. I guess none of my batteries are charged. So I was a little frustrated. And John was like, well, why don't you just use the jump start generator, or the ever start generator? So I was like, hey, that's a good idea. So if you guys hear a humming sound while I'm doing this video for you, it's because I have you plugged into a generator, an ever start generator. See what I'm doing for you guys? Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I'm doing this for me too. Alright, so let me get the generator moved. As you can see, I have the chair out of the way, and let's get busy sweeping back there. Oh, it is a mess. We have these ladybugs. They're yellow. I I know they have an official name. I think some people refer to them as the Asian ladybugs. Hang on, guys. So we have these tiny ladybugs that come every year. They're not like a normal ladybug. They're not like the normal American ladybug, the red ones. These are yellow. And they kind of swarm. The red ones are kind of like here all year. The yellow ones kind of like do this swarm thing, usually in the fall. I'm probably just starting here. But anyway, that's what most of this is, guys. It's the ladybugs. And I think they're called Asian ladybugs, but I could be wrong. I'll have to go, I'll tell you what, I'll try to go look them up and put a description. Put a name on the screen. But yeah, they make a mess because they crawl up the north side of this building. They don't know how to go around. They climb up the north side of the building and they go right through. They come right through that window, down the wall, like a little army of marching ladybugs. And they do make a mess. And I'm sure the red American ladybugs would make a mess like this too, but I don't know, they don't seem to swarm. These kind of like come in swarms. I'm not going to bring you down for a close look, but I would say probably at least 75% of this is ladybug residue. And then there's also seeds in here. There's some sunflower seeds. Maybe a few mouse droppings, although Squirm does a pretty good job of keeping the mice out. Alright. Sweep this up and throw this into the chicken pile, into the chicken pen next door. I'll be back. Alright, let's get back to wiping off these shelves. I'll probably have to sweep again, but at least it won't stir up quite as much dust. Okay, so I went in, got some fresh water, checked on John. I'm going to give these shelves another once over, and then I'm going to quit, go in, fix John some lunch, and let these dry. And then whenever I come back out this afternoon, then I can start putting things back on. Okay, friends, well, I've wiped these shelves down 3 times now. Once, the first time to get all the big junk off, second time to get kind of the dust off, and then the third time to give it a really good wiping. Okay, so it makes me feel better already. But I want these to completely dry, or get a towel to dry them before I start putting stuff back over there. So, I'm going to go in, fix some lunch, and I'll be back this afternoon. If you saw me working super fast, that's because I put you on high speed so you wouldn't have to watch every little movement slowly. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, family and friends, so I went in, I fixed John some lunch, and I had some lunch myself, and while I was inside, the shelves dried. So now I can start putting things back onto the shelf. And as I put things onto the shelves, I will gently wipe them off. So I'm going to be doing some rearranging as I go, so I might be changing my mind a little bit as I go until I get things where I want them. So, yeah, I'm just going to start with what's on the table. And the first thing I noticed was my mom's collection basket. Or is this Emma's? My mom and Emma both had baskets that were very similar. Emma's is a little bit bigger, so I think this is my mom's. And I think Emma's is over in the main house. In fact, I know it is. So anyway, I'm going to put the collection basket back, and I'm just going to set it here for now. Okay, and then I remembered that the teacups were up there, but I'm going to leave this thing in place because if I'm going to do more videos out here, I need that window blocked to prevent the backlighting. So I'm going to leave this grow light. This is a grow light. I'm going to leave it up there. At least until I get my videos over with. So I am going to work around it. And I remembered that the teacups were up there, so I'm going to get them washed off. Aren't these teacups cute? We used these for my daughter's bridal shower. Her theme was a tea, English tea theme. So that's what we had as a centerpiece. So would you like to come and have a cup of tea with me in my she shed? A cup of tea. I watch some of the channels from the United Kingdom, and they always talk about cup of tea. They're going to have a cup of tea. Alright, anyway, I digress there. Let's go ahead and get these up there. I'm going to wash them off a little bit. Alright. Let's see. I'm not going to worry about washing these off. Oh, let's see. What did I have? Oh, my baskets. Yeah, okay. Put these over. Just put these down here. Set my baskets back up there. That way I know where they're at. And little pans. These are my fall decorations. Alright, and over here I have my twine. Oh yeah, my lantern was in there somewhere. Let's move the ball of twine over and put the lantern there. Alright. And know I'm missing stuff. Oh, there, right there. All right, and then down here I had my pots. So I had to get them on. So these are some rocks that my cousin, well actually John's cousin from Arizona gave me, and I have them stored in this pot. One of these days I want to use them in a project I have in mind. I had dug up some cactuses out there. She helped me dig them up, and I want to make a display of my cactuses with the rocks in there. But until I get that done, I keep them out here. So I'm going to put that down there. I know things don't have to go back exactly where I had them, but you know how you get it set in your head where things are at, or at least I do. So I want to keep it that way if I can. I am changing a few things, but I don't want to change everything. So let's see, that was actually over there, like so. And this was here. So remember I had the baskets on the second shelf. So these, I'm going to go ahead and move on down here because hummingbird season is about over with. Alright, there we go. That's better. Alright. And then I remember on this shelf is where I had all of the chemicals, good chemicals. I even keep my plant food down there. I don't think it was down there when you guys first saw me, but that's because John had moved it. I try to keep things in the same place, like I said, so I can know where they're at. So that if John says, hey, where is the plant food? I can say, go in the potting shed, black shelf, left-hand side, third shelf down. I mean, I have got a memory that's that good. I don't know why, but I was born with a pretty good memory at keeping track of where things are at. I don't usually keep the seed tray though. We don't usually have seed. This is looking good, guys. Alright. Alright, I started washing out these tubs the other day. This is for handy dandy tools like hammers, screwdrivers, nails, those kind of things. I found that even out here in the potting shed, I'm always looking for those things. So I just decided to make my own toolbox out here. It very often, but I think I'm going to put it down here at the end of my chemicals. There we go. Alright, I'll kind of work as a bookend for it too, so that none of those get slid off of there. Okay, moving on. My bucket, I'm going to get all my tools into my bucket here. So I'm going to wash them off. Actually do use this gardening knife a whole lot more than you would think. It's really good for getting under tough weeds. Alright. That needs to be in the toolbox. These I'm going to put over here and there. So get ready to decorate for fall. I'll have those together. Yes, I definitely need a trash can. Alright. Let's get this little thing washed out. This as a pot. I use this as a hand tool holder for all my hand tools. When I was a teacher, I used to have a pot like this sitting on my desk, and I would put my scissors and my rulers and my thick markers and sometimes a glue bottle, just anything a teacher might have on her desk. Anything a teacher might have on her desk went into my pot. Alright. Let's wipe this table off again. Clean as we go. Alright, I'm going to set these down because these have to be done later. Put that on top of the toolbox. I'll put that inside the toolbox at some point in time. Put those inside the toolbox at some point in time. Okay. I always say at some point in time, I should just go ahead and do it now. And that way it's done, right? That's the whole point of cleaning, is to get things back where they belong. There. Alright friends, let's move over to the other side. Alright. Alright, so now I need to work on this wall. And I want to get this cleaned off and moved out of the way so that I can sweep under it. Alright, so let's get that done. Keep moving things back and forth. And we'll eventually get there. Alright, this is a special thing to put bird food into the barn. So I'm going to put it over here in a basket. There we go. My daughter's got this for me one year for Mother's Day, and I just love it. But then I thought, this is really cool out here because I have Mr. Frog here, and he needs some lily pads, and then this one can be Friend Frog. So it looks kind of cool having them together. All right. Mr. Froggy wiped off here. Get this thing cleaned off. Because I use this to store pots. This is, I put pots down underneath. Mr. Froggy, you need a bath. You do, you do. Or maybe a shower, huh? Let's just do a shower. I think I told you guys the reason I bought this frog is it kind of reminded me of my son a little bit with the sunglasses. My son Paul, he always wore sunglasses like that, and he's pulling a suitcase. And he's long and lean and he's on a mission. And when my son Paul was in the Navy and he was traveling to places like Afghanistan, he would always have his sunglasses in his one little bag. So I got this one here because it just reminded me of him. And my intention was to eventually put him in the garden, in Paul's garden down at the gate garden. But then I got worried that someone might see him and pick him up down by the road. So I decided to just keep him in here for decoration. One of these years I'm going to get this painted. I say that all the time. Will this be the year I get it painted? Right now we're just going to get it wiped off. So you can see what I'm doing down here. See, it has these nice shelves down here. I like to put pans and terracotta pots and planter pots, whatever I might have down in there. I have any terracotta pots right now because I started using them all. Giving them away. Alright, let's get this moved so I can sweep underneath of it. Oh, there's where John's blades went. He was like, what happened to all of my weed whacking blades? I know I had a full bag. There they are. Right now. I don't know what that lid is in there for. Look at that floor, guys. Can you see that floor? Yuck. Yuck, yuck. Some more paper wasp nest. I knocked it down this morning. See, that's why I didn't really want the floor to get wet, because I must have had a wet spot there. My she shed does not have to be perfect, guys, but I don't know. I just feel better whenever I clean it up a little bit in the fall. Because I do like to come out here and hang out, and I kind of want it to be halfway pretty, even though it's a working space. You know, but it gets dirty. It has little cracks in it, and you know, the bugs come in, and like I said, those ladybugs, they come in by the thousands. Alright, so this side is now swept. Let's get under those leaves though. Not this year. Probably never. Probably no year. It'll be perfect. Alright. Okay, friends, so I moved you out of the way so that I could get the rocking chair back in and get this shelf back in. Let's do this. Okay, so I have moved you out of the way so I could get the rocking chair back in and the shelf back in, and then forgot to turn you back on. But let me show you this side real quick. Alright, so there's the shelves back there that have been organized, then the rocking chair that's been cleaned off, and then my little pot bench here, and then all of my dirt and stuff I organized over there, and there's my electric stuff there. Okay, and then, so let's start here and go around the room. Alright, so there's that. I'll tell you about this pan in just a minute. Alright. And then over here, I had brought the tubs back in. So they've been cleaned out. So the table's cleaned off. And here's where I keep my tools. And then there's Squirm's food. And this shelf up here, I have not done anything with yet. It probably just needs to kind of be dusted off, but I'm running out of time. My baskets are up there. Okay, so this side has been cleaned. Now, I have not done anything under the table yet. Okay, I just don't have time today, and I'll tell you why in just a second. Alright, so let me get you set back up here. Okay, friends, so before I put this pan away, let me tell you about it a little bit. I keep my plant labels in this pan. Anytime I buy a new plant, I keep the plant label and I stick it in this pan. The reason I do that is sometimes I'll think, oh my goodness, what variety was that bee balm? Or what variety was that butterfly bush? And I can just go in here and pull out a plant label. And like this is the coneflower. And it will tell me what variety it was, and then it will tell me like its soil requirements and all that. Now the thing is, you have to remember to go through and clean it out, because like I no longer have Miss Molly butterfly bushes, so I need to take that one out. But I do still have the Sarah Barnhart peony, so I keep that tag. So anyway, that's what I keep this pan for, is my plant labels. And it goes right here. Okay. So the she shed is not perfect, okay? But it's a whole lot better than it was. And it makes me feel better to know that I did do this and that things are organized and I know where things are at now. Or I always knew where things were at, but now I know even better that everything's back in its place. A place for everything and everything in its place. My mom used to say that. I'm sure a lot of people used to say that. A place for everything and everything in its place. That's my motto that I live by. But I'm going to have to stop now because I have a birthday party to go to. And I need to go in, check on John, and get ready for the birthday party. So I'm going to call this it for this video. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to know more about what's going on in my corner of the world, hit that subscribe button to Kim's Country Corner. Alright, I will talk to you all later. Thanks for being with me for 2 days of Vlog-tember, and come back tomorrow and see what else is going on. Alright, bye.